Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and yes, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to talk about what it's like to run a half marathon. I'm going to be talking about my experience of running my first half marathon race, because I have run half marathons more than once, but my actual first race. I'm going to talk about my experience and what it's like to run one basically. So my very first half marathon was in March of this year, so March 2017. I ran the Cambridge Half Marathon, and it was known to be a really good route, a really flat, fast route. It was definitely flat and fast, it was really good. I'm going to split this video into 3 sections to kind of, through my eyes, talk about what it's like to run a half marathon and also what my experience was like. I have notes on my phone to help me remember, but the day itself, that's the first section that I'm going to talk about. I wasn't really that nervous, I was more excited than anything because it turned out to be my favourite running weather that day. It was the 5th of March, I'm pretty sure. I can't really remember now, but it was pouring it down, it was freezing, it was cold. That is my favourite running weather. Yes, I ran in that weather yesterday and it was just so already I was feeling more excited than nervous, if I'm honest. Overall, the day, I thought it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, actually. I didn't really think it was that bad, but I'll get onto that later. So yeah, my first experience of the half marathon race thing, I thought it was really good. I didn't plan anything. I didn't know if I was going to run it on my own or if I was going to run with someone, but I did end up running with my friend Anna from Spain. She flew over from Spain for a week of that half marathon week to run it, so that was really nice, catching up and running with her. It was really good to have a partner. I don't really have partners or talking too much whilst I'm running, but that was really good. She totally understood my way of running, and it was really good. But I have to talk about one downside personally that I found about the Cambridge Half, and I'm sure many other running events are like this, because I have been to quite a few running events and it's definitely like this, but I thought it was definitely worse at the Cambridge Half. It was the queues for the toilet facilities. I really thought they should have more toilets. I mean, they already had loads, but I really think they should have had more. I was almost late because of queuing for the toilet, because I didn't need the toilet until quite late on. I didn't realise that I would need the toilet, so when they were sort of announcing the categories, and my category was further on to be announced, I was still in the queue for the toilet and it was really panicking me because I thought I was going to be late. I wasn't, it was fine, but I really do think that they should have had more toilets. That's sort of one of the downsides of the day, personally. Oh, I'm sorry if there was a noise. I'm right next to the boiler, air conditioning system, whatever this is, thing. So yeah, sorry for the noise, I think it's just switched itself off. But one thing that not too many people know about that happened was I had a slight accident in this race. I can't remember what mile it was, but in Cambridge, in the race, they didn't shut off all the roads, so we were running in one lane. We were running in the left-hand lane of the road, and it got quite narrow at one point, and I stumbled over a traffic cone, and I didn't fall. I just kind of stumbled over it, and kind of went over it. But I didn't actually fall down. It was kind of my body went over it, but I didn't injure myself or anything. It just kind of shocked me because I was like, whoa, where the hell did that cone come from? Yeah, so that was one thing that happened that not many people knew about, because I was a tad embarrassed. But you know what? If you haven't had a proper fall, you're not a proper runner. That's what I'm always told, so I guess I'm a proper runner now. I will talk about this in a later section, but throughout the race my knee was completely fine, which was mental. I really didn't think it was going to be fine, and especially stumbling over the cone, I thought oh my god, if I hurt my knee. Didn't even hurt myself, so that was really nice not to be in pain. The one thing that I noticed at the end of it, out of everything, out of aching legs, whatever, that's fine. One thing that I noticed was really bad with me was my core. My stomach hurt so much because you're tensing your stomach, you're working your core as you're keeping upright, maintaining the speed, for miles and miles and miles. And I really found that I should have focused more in my training on, like, in the cross training part of it, on working on my core, so my stomach and abs and things. That was something I really found was painful at the end of it. I was actually inspired to, I should have said this earlier on in the video, but I was actually inspired also to run this, to run this video, to make this video, because when was it now? The weekend before last? I actually ran a half marathon, or just over a half marathon distance, from my local town to Cambridge, Addenbrooke's. If you know Cambridge, you'll know of Addenbrooke's Hospital. So yeah, that was really cool and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The last time I'd run the Roman Road, oh, by the way, it's called the Roman Road. The last time I'd run that, I was quite badly injured, which I'll speak about as well in a future section. Yeah, I was quite badly injured the last time I'd run it, so it was really good this time to not be in pain. Like, cherish not being in pain, it's so nice. Okay, so the second section I'm going to talk about is training. If you've heard of the Great North Run up in Newcastle, my mum actually ran that a few years ago. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago now, when we lived up north, and through that online I found a half marathon training plan, which was really good, and I used that primarily as like a base to work from, and then I got information from my mum, from other runners, because mum is a runner if you didn't know, and I kind of compiled all of that together and made sort of my own training plan, but majorly based off of the Great North Run training plan. It was along the lines of like 3.5 months, maybe just under 4 months. It was really good. But yeah, with my training I had a persistent knee injury from a fall I had last March, so exactly a year before the Cambridge Half Marathon. I'll probably talk about it in a different video, I don't really want to talk about it now. But yeah, I had a persistent bad knee injury, and it was all with like the ligaments, and it's horrible, and like under my kneecap, and it's just no. Knee trouble is just not good, like it's just so painful. Don't recommend having a bad knee. But because my other knee had to sort of compensate for the bad one, which was my left one, the right one now plays up quite a bit. It still does on and off, so kind of working through that. But yeah, I had dodgy knees throughout training, and it was really quite bad at times. It got really bad just before Christmas of 2016. Throughout the Christmas holidays, because I was in college at the time, I did aerobics, physio exercises, swimming, sort of, you know, helping my joints and things. And that honestly like saved my knee. When it came to January, I was back on point, like with my knee. So definitely taking into consideration for future things, working on my core and maintaining my knee kind of issues. So definitely something for you to consider if you're running a half marathon. Don't forget to cross train, make sure you do physio exercises, aerobics, stuff like that. Swimming's really good for stuff like that. So the final section is what I thought overall about running a half marathon. Personally for me, I think half marathon distance is really reasonable. For me personally, I think it's a really big feat to be able to do one. It's insane. Like, congratulations to everyone who's ever run one. It's amazing. That's half a marathon, you know? That's 13 miles. Did I even say how long a half marathon was? I probably should have said that at some point else in the video. Half marathon is 13.1, I think. Overall, you know, I wasn't able to do as much training as I would have liked due to illness, injury, but my expectations were to be able to complete it in 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours 45, sort of 2 hours 50 maybe, because I was really like just not thinking I was going to be that great at all. I actually ended up completing it in 2 hours 21 minutes, which, like, for me that's amazing. Like, I did not even expect that. It's so in shock because I had the results texted to my phone. Oh my gosh, like mad. I think if I could speak to myself in the past, I'd say don't be so harsh on yourself, don't be so negative about what you think you can do. You can do better than you think. But you know what, it was really nice to be surprised, so that was great. And the last one for me personally, really, I don't know, speaking to all of you as well, but especially like to me personally, because I always kind of forget this, is to always remember to do core exercises, work my abs, my core, my stomach area, because seriously that's something I lack in exercise. Yeah, I just felt so sick after that half marathon, and I have experienced that as well. I sort of experienced that after the Roman Road the other week. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to work on my core. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a spontaneous video, I'm not really sure if it was good, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in next week's video. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in next week's one. Bye! I just ended this video and I forgot to show you my medal. I wanted to show you my medal. This was the medal I got in the Cambridge Half Marathon. It's really pretty. Anyway, just thought I'd quickly show you that. Yeah. Bye!